Did you know that according to recent polls, 37% of Americans believe that time travelers are real? A quarter of those people say they've even seen one. While this may sound crazy, it's actually more than you think. On the surface, this statistic seems insane because we all know time travel is impossible, right? Well, not necessarily. In fact, scientists say it's entirely possible if you have the resources for it. Of course, the problem is the journey through time would require an unimaginable amount of energy. But theoretically, it could be done. There are all kinds of theories about time travelers visiting our planet from the future, but they're never from the past. The reason is simple. It takes far less energy to travel forward in time than it does backward. And that's why there are so many supposed reports of time travelers coming from the future. They just appear out of nowhere. A lot of people believe these supposed time travelers are actually humans who've managed to perfect the art of time travel, but we don't know that for sure. There's also the possibility that these beings come from another universe where time works differently. So, with all of that said, here's a look at some alleged time travelers who supposedly visited Earth from the future. We'll let you decide whether you believe their stories or not. John Titor. John Titor was allegedly a time traveler from the year 2036. He came from a timeline where the world ended in a nuclear holocaust. His mission was to retrieve a copy of the IBM 5100 computer from 1975. He hoped this computer would allow him to fix the mistakes of the past and save humanity in the future. Titor first appeared online in the early 2000s. He made several posts on various forums and message boards describing his experiences as a time traveler. According to Titor, he was sent back in time by the U.S. military. He was given a small device that allowed him to move between years. All he had to do was set the desired year on the device and step into it. As soon as he did, he was transported. Titor also claimed that he had a weapon hidden under his jacket at all times. If things got bad, he was ordered to destroy the device and the IBM computer before killing himself. For a while, people were convinced this guy was a real time traveler from the future. That all changed when someone discovered that Titor was just a random guy named Jake from Texas. He created the whole story as an elaborate hoax, the man from Taos. In October 1930, something incredible happened in New Mexico. A man named George Whipple was driving near Taos when he saw something sitting by the side of the road. At first, he thought it was a scarecrow. As he drove closer, he realized it was a man wearing clothes that looked like a patchwork quilt. Whipple stopped his car and approached the mysterious figure. The man didn't respond to him at first, but eventually he turned around and spoke to Whipple. The man explained that his name was John, and he had been stuck by the side of the road for days. He asked Whipple for a ride into town, but the driver refused. John then walked away, which is when Whipple noticed his clothes were covered in what appeared to be hieroglyphics. A few days later, the sheriff heard about the incident and went to the area where Whipple had found John. He found the same man sitting by the side of the road. The sheriff offered him a ride into town and brought him to a cafe. While there, John ate some food and drank some coffee. This puzzled the sheriff because John paid for his meal with a strange-looking metal disc. He handed over 3 of the discs in exchange for the food and coffee. John spent the night in jail as authorities tried to figure out what to do with him. The next morning, he woke up and was gone. The police checked the windows and doors to his cell, but they were locked from the inside. How he escaped is a complete mystery. The sheriff kept the metal discs as evidence, but they disappeared a few weeks later. Whatever happened to John and his strange money has never been solved. Some people claim he was a Native American who lived in the mountains. Others say he was a time traveler from the future, the man who walked through time. One day in 2012, a man was walking down the street in China when he saw something shocking. He saw a man walk through a wall. You might think that's impossible, but that's exactly what happened. A video of the incident was uploaded to YouTube. It shows the moment when the man walks through the wall as if it's not even there. Many people witnessed this event and they were just as shocked as the man filming the video. The guy who walked through the wall seemed confused at first, but he quickly recovered. He walked down the street like nothing had happened. Now, many people believe this is proof that the man was a time traveler, but that's not the only explanation. Some experts say he may have been drunk, which caused him to stumble into the wall. Others say he could have been experiencing a mental breakdown. There's also the possibility that the video is fake. Nothing has been confirmed, which is why everyone has their own theories about what really happened. The Lovelock Caveman. The Lovelock Caveman is one of the most famous prehistoric mysteries in the United States. The story goes back to 1912 when two treasure hunters entered a cave in Nevada. Their names were Bernard de Hong and William J. Reed. While exploring the cave, they came across a series of petroglyphs. These drawings were unlike anything they'd ever seen before. They looked like a group of men riding strange vehicles. The vehicles appeared to have wheels and were being driven by aliens with large heads. What makes this discovery so weird is that the cave is thousands of years old. It's hard to believe anyone would draw pictures of aliens operating cars. Some believe the drawings prove that aliens visited Earth thousands of years ago. Others say they show time travelers from the future. The mystery has never been solved, but many researchers agree that whoever drew the images had no idea what they were doing. They seem very out of place compared to the other petroglyphs in the cave. A message from the future. In the summer of 1998, a farmer was cutting hay in a field near his home in Japan. Suddenly, he saw something strange in the field. It looked like a huge oval-shaped object covered in dirt. When he got closer, he noticed that the object had a door and stairs leading up to it. Curious, the farmer called the local police and told them about the strange structure. They came to his field and were just as surprised as he was. No one had any idea how the structure got there. It was unlike anything they'd ever seen before. The Japanese military was called in and they decided to blow up the object. Inside, they found a strange metal box. When they opened it, they discovered a strange-looking crystal and a rolled-up piece of paper. The paper contained messages written in a language that didn't make any sense. It almost looked like hieroglyphics. To this day, nobody knows what the object was or where it came from. The only theory is that it was a time capsule from the future. The crystal may have been some kind of power source. Is John Titor real? Remember John Titor, the guy who pretended to be a time traveler from 2036? Well, there's still a chance he's telling the truth. There are a couple of inconsistencies in his story, but overall, it's not a bad tale. First of all, Titor never gave his real name, only his alias. He claimed that giving his real name would jeopardize his mission. On top of that, he provided a lot of technical details about his time-traveling device. Some of this information may be true. Titor claimed that he couldn't travel backwards before the year 2010. After that, he could go as far back as he wanted. This would explain why there aren't any alleged reports of time travelers from the distant past. As we mentioned earlier, traveling through time takes a lot of energy. It would be almost impossible to do before the year 2010. What do you think? Do you believe in time travel? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.